Have you ever noticed how money enters your account and disappears like magic? It's like it just evaporated. One lunch here, a credit card swipe there, an irresistible online sale. And just like that, when you check again, your paycheck is already gone. And the most curious part, we can't even explain exactly how it happened. The truth is, most people don't stay poor because they earn too little. They stay poor because they don't know where their money is going. It's like trying to fill a bucket full of holes. No matter how much you pour in, it never fills, the water keeps leaking out. And do you know what the first step is to plug those holes? A simple budget. Creating a budget is telling your money exactly what it should do. You're in charge, not the impulse of the moment. The 50-30-20 rule is a great way to start. 50% for essentials, bills, food, transportation. 30% for enjoyment, leisure, comfort, little pleasures. 20% at the very least for your future, investments, emergency savings, freedom. Without this, you keep living on autopilot and worse, always relying on the next paycheck to survive. But what if it's delayed? What if something unexpected happens? Wealthy people don't just control how much they earn, they control how much they spend and where the money goes. The budget is your map. Without it, you're lost. With it, you begin to build a clear path to financial freedom. That famous plan to save whatever's left at the end of the month, forget it. That almost never works. Because deep down, there's never anything left. The problem isn't that you earn too little. The problem is that as soon as the money hits your account, it's pulled in 1,000 directions. Bills, groceries, your nephew's birthday gift, that subscription you forgot about. And saving always gets pushed to next month. Now imagine this. What if you treated your savings like a non-negotiable bill, like rent or electricity? What if, as soon as your paycheck arrived, a portion of it was automatically directed to a savings account? No thinking. No deciding, no relying on willpower. That's what Wealth. Set up your bank or investment app to automatically transfer at least 20% of your income the moment it arrives. It could go into a separate account, a brokerage, or a fund. The important thing is that this money disappears from your sight before temptation appears. At first it might feel tight, but in a few months you adapt. Your brain learns to live on what's left, and your savings begin to grow day by day without conscious effort. Those who automate build. Those who delay postpone freedom. Some people think, well, at least I'm saving in a savings account, that's better than nothing. But that's only half true. Because letting your money sit in a savings account is like planting a tree and expecting it to grow. Without sunlight, water, or nutrients. It might survive, but it will never truly thrive. Savings accounts with their low interest rates often lose to inflation. This means that, over time, your money buys less. You think you're saving, but in practice, you're losing purchasing power cent by cent, month after month. It's like putting your money to sleep when it could be working for you. So what should you do? Start exploring safe and accessible alternatives, even if you're just starting out. ETFs, funds that track major indexes like the Ibovespa or S&P 500. You invest in dozens or hundreds of companies at once. Government bonds, lending money to the government with predictable returns better than savings accounts. REITs, monthly rental income from real estate without needing to buy property. Shares of good companies, especially those that pay regular dividends. Crypto assets, for those with a higher risk appetite, a small portion with caution and education. The secret isn't betting everything in one place. It's diversifying, learning, and letting your money multiply, even if it's just a little at first. Those who let money sit still lose. Those who learn to invest reap the rewards over time. You know that satisfying feeling of getting a raise? Many people, as soon as they feel that financial relief, start planning to upgrade their car, buy a bigger house, get new clothes, dine at expensive restaurants, take vacations. Seems fair after all. I deserve it. I worked hard. But here's the trap. The more you earn, the more you spend. And without realizing it, that raise becomes a raise in expenses. You improve your lifestyle, but remain stuck in the same cycle or even worse. There's a name for that: lifestyle inflation. It's like climbing up a downward escalator. You think you're moving up, but you're stuck in place. You work more, earn more, but still don't save, don't invest, don't gain freedom. Now stop and think. Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the world, still lives in the same house he bought in 1958. And it's not because he can't afford another, it's because he understood something most people ignore. True wealth is freedom, not show-off. There's nothing wrong with enjoying life. The problem is doing it with money you don't yet have, or spending everything you earn without thinking about the future. Those who truly build wealth learn to live below their means. They use salary increases to invest more, not to impress others. Freedom doesn't live in a new car. It lives in the account that grows silently every month. Have you noticed how much time people spend on social media, watching short videos, memes, gossip? Hours and hours every day. Now ask those same people, how many minutes did they dedicate this week to learning about money? Probably none. Ignoring financial education is like walking blindfolded through a minefield. Sooner or later, you step in the wrong place. You get into debt, fall for scams, make bad investments, sign contracts you don't understand. The system loves this because those who don't understand money become dependent on it. Easy prey for banks, credit cards, long-term loans, and hidden interest. But the good news is, learning has never been easier or more necessary. You don't need a finance degree or to become an expert. Start with the basics. Listen to podcasts while doing chores. Read 5 pages of a book a day. Watch short videos from people who explain things simply. Join groups of people on the same journey. Money only serves those who know how to use it wisely. Those who don't seek knowledge are always putting out fires. But those who learn, even little by little, begin to anticipate problems, seize opportunities, and build with calm, security, and strategy. If you have time to scroll, you have time to change your financial life. So far, you've heard about 5 big mistakes. Maybe you identified with one, maybe with all of them. And that's okay. What matters most is what comes next. Because understanding the problem is just the beginning. The real challenge is changing the habit. It's no use knowing you need to spend less, invest better, or automate your savings if, in practice, you keep doing everything the same. It's like knowing you need to drink water, but only drinking coffee all day. The good news is, no one will do it for you, but you can do it for yourself. You have 2 choices in front of you right now. The first is to keep things as they are, blaming the system, the government, prices, your boss, the crisis. The second is to take control of your financial life, even slowly, even making mistakes along the way. Wealth is not luck. It's a daily construction built with small choices repeated with consistency. You don't need to change everything at once, but you do need to change something today. For many years, the creator of the video lived like most people, working hard, clocking in and out, getting paid, and seeing everything vanish before the end of the month. It was like running on a treadmill. No matter how hard he tried, he never moved forward. Salary in, bills out, and the dream of freedom always felt far away. Until one day, he realized something that changed everything. The problem wasn't how much he earned, it was what he did with it. That's when he flipped the script. Instead of chasing money, he decided to make money chase him. He started small, automated his savings, stopped spending impulsively, invested time in learning about money, discovered that even with little, it's possible to plant seeds that grow, bought dividend-paying assets, created income streams that didn't depend on his physical effort. And little by little, the transformation happened. Today, he no longer works out of necessity. He works by choice. Because money, the same money that used to run away every month, now works for him quietly, every day. This isn't a privilege for the wealthy. It's a mindset, a decision. Money is like an employee. If you leave it idle, it produces nothing. But if you place it in good projects, good ideas, good investments, it pays you back with time, with freedom, with peace of mind. Working is important, but working forever without rest or purpose is a prison. True freedom begins when money comes in even while you sleep. Imagine a train in motion. It moves steadily along the tracks day after day, always in the same direction. It doesn't matter what happens outside: rain, sun, changing seasons, it keeps going at the same pace, never questioning where it's headed. Now think, what if your financial life were on the same track, moving, spending, working, but with no real destination? That's exactly how many people live, on autopilot. They wake up early, face traffic, work 8, 9, 10 hours a day, get paid, pay bills, buy a few things, complain there's nothing left, and the next day, it all starts again. It's like running on an invisible hamster wheel, lots of effort, little progress. This routine seems normal because it's common, but being common doesn't mean it's right. The danger of living on autopilot is that you don't realize time is passing. You don't realize that 5, 10, 20 years have gone by and your financial life is still in the same place. That's why so many people reach 40, 50, even 60 years old with the feeling they worked their whole life and still didn't achieve the peace they hoped for. It's not a lack of effort, it's a lack of direction. Meanwhile, others with smaller salaries but greater awareness move forward because they stopped, thought, set goals, adjusted course. They chose to exit autopilot and take the wheel of their financial journey. That's the real turning point, when you realize you can't live on repeat mode anymore. It's time to live on build mode. If you want freedom, you must first wake up to the game you're playing. It's common to think that only those who earn a lot can get rich, and that those who earn little are doomed to struggle forever. But that's one of the biggest lies the system spreads, and many repeat it without realizing. Because it's not your salary that determines your financial future, it's how you think about money. It may be shocking, but there are people who earn $10,000 a month and are drowning in debt. And there are others who earn $2,000 but have growing investments, an emergency fund, and peace of mind. What's the difference between them? Mindset. A poor mindset sees the salary as a reward, something to be spent. They think, I worked, I deserve it. And they spend it all on immediate pleasures, with no thought for tomorrow. A wealthy mindset sees salary as a construction tool. They ask, how can I make this money work for me? And they start investing, learning, improving their relationship with money. That shift in thinking changes everything. Because mindset shapes decisions, and decisions shape destiny. A wealthy mindset isn't measured by designer clothes, luxury cars, or fancy vacations. It's measured by the ability to delay gratification today to gain freedom tomorrow. So before asking, how much do I earn? Ask, how do I think about the money I earn? That answer says far more about your future than your paycheck ever could. Many people believe they'll wake up one day, win the lottery, or come up with a brilliant idea that will change everything at once. They wait for a financial miracle as if wealth were a magic button, a lucky day, an extraordinary event that comes out of nowhere. But the truth is much simpler and more powerful. Financial freedom is a process, not an event. It doesn't happen overnight. It's built brick by brick, habit by habit, choice by choice. You start by saving a little each month, even if it seems small. You study finances for 1 hour a week, even if it feels slow. You trade a useless expense for an investment. And suddenly you realize your life has started to change. It wasn't luck, it was a decision. Freedom isn't the day you earn a lot. It's the day you understand that you don't need to spend everything you have. It's the moment you realize you can live with less today to have much more tomorrow. It's when money stops being a burden and becomes a bridge. You look back and see that silent process took you from chaos to peace. And the most beautiful part is that it doesn't depend on the government, your boss, or the economy. It depends on you, on the steps you start taking today. When we hear the word fortune, we immediately imagine something gigantic, almost unreachable, a number with lots of zeros, a distant reality reserved for business people, heirs, or tech geniuses. But that's a myth. The great fortunes, the ones that truly last, don't start big. They grow little by little. Do you know how it begins? With small actions, with decisions that seem insignificant at first, but that build up over time, like someone who plants a seed every day, even without seeing immediate results. It's choosing not to order delivery twice a week and investing that money instead. It's canceling a subscription you don't even use anymore and redirecting that money to an emergency fund. It's learning something new about finances each week, even if it only takes 15 minutes. It's resisting an impulse purchase, not because you can't spend, but because you chose to invest in something greater. These small actions, repeated with consistency, work like compound interest, but applied to your life. People looking from the outside won't understand. They'll say you're too frugal or that you're not enjoying life. But what they don't see is that behind those simple choices, you're building a free life. Because fortune isn't winning the lottery. Fortune is building a solid foundation. It's knowing that one day you won't depend on anyone. And all of that starts with something small. Today now. Few people talk about this, but the problem of not knowing how to handle money isn't just financial, it's emotional, physical, and mental. When you live without planning, when your paycheck barely comes in and is already gone, when debts come knocking, you don't just feel worried, you feel tired, a heavy, invisible weight that keeps building up. You wake up already tense, go to bed with your head full, avoid looking at your bank balance, pretend the credit card message didn't arrive, and all of that drains you. Little by little, you lose creativity, focus, motivation. Your body feels it, your mind shuts down. Money, when poorly managed, becomes a silent energy thief. And the worst part, that exhaustion stops you from acting. It's a cruel cycle. You're too tired to organize your financial life. And your financial life stays messy because you're always tired. Now imagine the opposite, a life where you know exactly what's coming in and going out, where you have a plan, where money doesn't scare you, it obeys you, where your nights are peaceful because you know that, month after month, you're building something. That's not a luxury, it's what everyone deserves. And it's within your reach. Start by organizing, start by understanding, start by taking control. Because when you fix your financial life, you unlock something even more valuable, your peace of mind. For a long time, you may have believed that the problem was your salary being too low. And yes, in many cases, it really is hard to live on a small income. But the truth, often hidden, is that it's not how much you earn that defines your freedom, it's how much you manage to keep. Because look, earning more doesn't solve everything. Some people double their salary and double their expenses in the same month. They change cars, upgrade their phone plan, start going to more expensive places, finance more things. The money goes up and evaporates. It's like filling a water tank with holes. No matter how much you pump, it'll never be full. Now, those who know how to retain, protect, and multiply the money that comes in, even if it's little, build true freedom. That person lives on less than they earn, invests a portion, avoids unnecessary debt, and most importantly, doesn't get caught in the race of showing others how much they have. They understood that the game is not about looking rich, it's about being free. Earning more is great, but keeping, growing, and using it wisely is what changes your life. The trap lies in thinking you'll only be happy when your salary increases. Liberation happens when you learn to do more with what you already have. It may sound harsh, but it's the plain truth. The money you don't control will be controlled by someone else. If you don't tell your money what to do, invest, save, grow, someone else will decide for you. And usually that someone is the system: banks, companies, credit cards, stores, advertising. These institutions have entire teams using psychology, marketing, and technology, working day and night to make you spend. They know exactly how to influence you, how to convince you that you need something right now, even if you don't. And while you think you're deciding, you're just reacting. You opened the app and bought. You saw the sale and couldn't resist. You spent before thinking. When you realize the money is gone and never served any real purpose. But there is a choice. You can turn the game around. You can take the reins. You can plan, organize, invest. You can make every penny you earn work for you. Build something. Move forward. Financial freedom is not having a lot of money. It's having control over it. It's when you look at your account and know exactly the reason behind each movement, and more, you know where it's going. You're building something, not just surviving. Whoever decides the fate of their own money also decides the fate of their own life. You made it this far. You heard every point, reflected on common mistakes, discovered new ways of thinking, acting, and handling money. And maybe you realized that at some point in your life, you fell into one or several of these traps. That's okay. What matters isn't where you are today, it's what you'll do from now on. Financial freedom is not a privilege for a few. It begins with a simple decision: take control. Control where your money goes. Automate your investments. Stop chasing appearances and start seeking peace. Learn the basics. Act consciously. Make small but consistent choices. And repeat them every month, even when it feels like it's not much. It's like planting a tree. No one sees the growth at first. But over time, it grows roots, gets stronger, rises, and one day, it gives shade and fruits that change everything around it. If you want true wealth, don't wait for luck or a big opportunity. Start with what you have now. The right moment isn't tomorrow, it's today. And the decision doesn't belong to anyone else, it's yours. Now tell me, what will you do with your next paycheck? Will you repeat the cycle? Or will you start changing your story? If this video helped you in any way, like it, subscribe to the channel, and share it with that friend or family member who also needs to hear this. Because change may start with you, but it multiplies when you inspire others. See you in the next one.